we are going to be watching this. It's about a girl who drank 2 bubble teas a day, and then she passed out, apparently. So it's one of these things. Just warming up, just like I said, waiting for people to show up. Waiting for the world to show up. Let's go.
On a busy street on a warm, sunny afternoon after a tiring day, you're craving something refreshing. Suddenly, you see it, a colorful bubble tea shop, beckoning you in. You order your favorite flavor, excitedly watching as the server
Bubble
fills
tea,
the cup
I've never
with
liked
chewy
bubble
tapioca
tea.
pearls.
I mean, I like the tea part. I never liked tapioca.
Milky tea.
I never liked the tapioca. I don't know why.
Satisfying sip,
never did.
Completely unaware.
People find me very strange for that, but I've never liked tapioca.
Gulp. But did you know that beneath this innocent-looking cup of bubble tea, the wildly popular drink that has taken the world by storm, lies a silent killer?
Anal beads?
Whether it's the
Maybe
sweet
anal beads.
deception of sugar content, the unsuspecting chewy choking hazards, or another hidden danger lying in wait, maybe bubble tea isn't as refreshing as we thought.
So wait, what's going on with bubble tea? I don't know what's going on with bubble tea.
May 2020, an 18-year-old teenager in China developed an insatiable craving for bubble tea.
Always China. It always has to be China. What the hell?
Shanghai, and for an entire month, she unknowingly set herself on a dangerous path, downing the icy drinks.
Oh dear.
Sometimes even drinking 2 of the sweet beverages a day. The girl felt increasingly more thirsty over the day.
In general, that's a lot. That's a lot to drink in general.
And continued to drink more bubble tea as well as some soft drinks to quench this newfound thirst. But something was feeling off. She was getting nauseous and uncomfortable, having to make bathroom trips more often.
That's a bad sign.
One day, she collapsed in her home.
Well, that's a horrible sign.
The unconscious body was found by her worried family and rushed to Shanghai's Ruijin Hospital. When medical staff measured her blood sugar, they found it dangerously high, having skyrocketed to 25 times the normal level due to the massive sugar intake from her bubble tea habit.
Wait,
the teenager, dubbed
doesn't the body normally take care of that
by the internet, had slipped into a coma from hyperglycemia.
Yeah. But if you don't have any pre-existing conditions, doesn't the body normally take care of that?
Or is this a more common situation than we might think? The summer prior to Bubble Tea Girl's hospitalization, a 16-year-old boy in Hangzhou was going through a similar predicament.
Goodness gracious.
Xiao Ying
what the hell are they putting in the damn bubble tea in China?
His blood sugar levels measuring 124 millimoles per liter, about 20 times higher than average. The teenager had
Seriously, what the hell are they putting in the stuff over there?
And had suddenly started to feel extremely thirsty, even though he was drinking excessive amounts of water,
feeling the sign of diabetes,
and quite nauseous. By the time he lost consciousness, the situation was dire. In the hospital, his worried parents revealed that the teen drank milk tea and soda daily.
Oh God!
Since he ate copious amounts of snacks like fried food and barbecue, but still felt hungry, they had just assumed he was growing.
I mean, of course you're gonna assume he's just growing.
With a condition called diabetic ketoacidosis,
or
DKA
for short. That sounds bad.
A serious condition when there's not enough insulin being produced in your body to help lower the extreme amounts of sugar in the blood in order to process it to energy. Without enough insulin, the body starts breaking down fats as an emergency fuel source. The liver processes the fat into ketones, which normally only ever happens when your body hasn't had a meal for an extended period of time. However,
that's what
with
I guess
DKA,
keto diet is all about.
Fat is broken down too rapidly for the body to process. The ketones build up to dangerous levels in your bloodstream, causing your blood to become more acidic and, if untreated, can lead to dehydration, a coma, and in severe cases, death.
Well, that's pretty severe.
Doctors pointed out that DKA
overall.
was very difficult to manage, transferring the teenager to the ICU.
Oh God.
However, the teenagers weren't the only ones who got their lives in jeopardy from drinking bubble tea. Another bizarre case from 2019 in Zhejiang involves a 14-year-old
China,
girl
what the
dubbed
hell?
Xiao Shun, experiencing agonizing abdominal pain, severe bloating, and constipation. When she finally dragged herself to the hospital after being unable to eat or have a bowel movement for several days,
that would worry me.
Her painful ordeal alerted doctors.
That would definitely, like, if I don't have a bowel movement in like several days, this is TMI. This is gonna be way too much information. But yeah, I mean, if I'm the type of person that doesn't have bowel movement in several days, yeah, I'm gonna freaking worry.
To investigate the cause. Dr. Zhang Luwei, the primary physician on Xiaoshen's case, was shocked when he ordered an abdominal CT scan and ended up discovering small, circular objects filling the girl's entire digestive system. There were over 100 of the granular, high-density shadows visible.
What the hell
on
are
the
those
scan.
things?
Incredulous, he questioned the girl about whether she had somehow eaten anything indigestible recently. Xiaoshen stammered that she had one glass of bubble tea 5 days ago.
Oh,
it seemed
burn!
The shadows were tapioca pearls lodged inside her gastrointestinal tract. When Xiaoshen's CT scan went viral, many health professionals were skeptical about the case. In an interview with Live Science, Dr. Lena Filipez, pediatric gastroenterologist, said that the ingredients in bubble tea, like tapioca and common additives like guar gum, are radiopaque, which means they wouldn't show up on CT scans or X-rays. And that a possible explanation might be an uncommon additive in the bubble tea's tapioca pearls that could have helped them show up as shadows on the CT scan. On the other hand, Dr. Zhang suspected Xiaoshen hadn't exactly been honest about the amount of bubble tea she drank in order to hide the truth from her parents, who were right there in his office with her.
Yeah,
he
kids
noted
do that.
She might have accumulated the amount of bubble tea pearls over a period of time, that it was probably not only 1 cup. For Xiaoshen's treatment, he ended up prescribing laxatives to expel the undigested
Poop it all out! Just get it all out! Get it all out of your system. Get out of your system, girl! Get out of your system.
Essentially a starch extracted from cassava root with negligible amounts of protein and other nutrients. According to a 2009 comparative analysis,
apparently not negligible enough.
Cassava is actually one of the most easily digestible root vegetable-derived starches. However, Xiaoshen wasn't the only person who had difficulty digesting bubble tea. In January 2020, a 13-year-old boy in China's Henan province underwent emergency surgery to remove 2 large lumps of undigested tapioca pearls from his intestines.
Jesus Christ, I'm not going to eat those things anymore.
So
no wonder I don't like this stuff.
A copious amount. And a CT scan from a separate case in Tainan, Taiwan might have solved the CT scan mystery.
It's always in Asia. What the hell?
An 18-year-old girl got into a traffic accident. Doctors in the emergency department of National Chunggong University Hospital requested a non-contrasted CT scan of the patient's abdomen to confirm a liver laceration, but accidentally stumbled across something else. They had found bubble tea pearls clearly visible in the girl's stomach and her duodenum, the first section of the small intestine. They found out the patient had drank a cup of bubble tea 3 hours prior to the accident and reported their findings in the Journal of Acute Medicine due to the unusual circumstances, concluding that boba pearls should be considered as a possible explanation for the pearl-like lesions being visible. She
is extremely rich and extremely popular. No, she's not, but she's been published, for goodness sakes.
Fortunately for Xiaoshen, the laxatives did work. She was able to pass the pearls, ending her painful ordeal, instead of having to undergo emergency surgery to remove the blockage as well. After 5 days in a coma, hooked up on a ventilator
5 days in a coma?
Machine,
Holy
Bubble Tea Girl
Jeebus.
finally woke up. She vowed to never drink bubble tea again, losing 35 kilograms in under a month. Thankfully, Xiaoying also recovered, promising to change his lifestyle and dietary habits and start exercising. So how do we actually know when how much is too much? A typical 16-ounce cup of bubble tea
when it's stuck in your
sugar,
pooper,
which
when it's
exceeds the
stuck
upper
in the
limit of
poop
added
chute, it
sugar
won't come
intake
out.
recommended by the U.S. Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee.
That's probably a good
if you plan to
idea,
have a
but
cup
it's
of
stuck in the
boba,
poop
you might
chute,
want to
probably a
budget
good
for it
idea.
by lowering your sugar intake for other things you plan to eat, and also ask for a lower amount of sugar, which is an option in most bubble tea stores. If you find that the chewy pearls cause some indigestion, consider foregoing them or choosing another topping in your drink, like pudding or grass jelly. But what happens if you're trying bubble tea for the first time? On April 29th, John Michael Race, a Texas-based TikToker, was filming himself in his car trying boba tea for the first time after he found milk tea delicious and had to go back to the store for more. John was referring to it as baba and, with a confused chuckle, shook the tapioca pearls, believing they were meant to dissolve.
Milk tea is so good. She said I had to try the babas in it this time, so I had the little... She said to shake it, and I think they're supposed to dissolve. But I'm obsessed. You just poke a hole in it. Oh my god, I choked on something!
Oh god, you're horrible.
My god!
You're horrible.
Oh my god!
John's TikTok video with the caption, "You're supposed to chew," apparently exploded overnight, now sitting at 19
Oh god,
million
you're
views.
like me.
While
He's
TikTokers
like
were
me.
enthralled by the
He's a
absurdity of the
me.
situation and his genuine
He's a
surprise
me,
at taking
Mario.
a drink, making memes and even a musical remix on Twitter,
Seriously.
was John's simple mistake so
John
unexpected. In 2019,
John
a
Jacob
19-year-old college
Jingleheimer
student
Schmidt.
in China
His
was
name
out
is
with
my
her
name
brother
too.
to visit their friends and hang out. The siblings decided to stop by to get bubble tea, an obvious choice to get an icy drink on the sweltering last day of June.
Of course.
The duo headed to their friend's house, talking and laughing, when suddenly 3 of the tapioca pearls went down the wrong pipe, blocking the girl's trachea. Choking, the girl collapsed in front of her friend's house,
Oh,
leaving her
God.
stunned brother and friend to call for
That's
medical
just
help.
horrible.
On the way to the hospital,
That's
her hands were
horrible.
already turning black from a lack of oxygen, and she fell into a coma. Medical professionals tried resuscitating the girl as soon as she arrived at the hospital, but it was too late. But could a bubble tea sip truly pose a choking risk? The Federal Institute for Risk Management in Germany wrote a report about this in 2012, cautioning parents about the aspiration accident risk and how children, especially under the age of 4, could get the bubbles sucked into their lungs. They advised that if they absolutely had to taste it, a good solution would be to skip the straw. So what about adults, like John? John embraced his unexpected internet fame gracefully. A couple days after his first TikTok, he ended up filming a sequel, his second encounter with boba tea. This time, there was no mess. He smiles at the camera and offers a simple but critical advice to his audience, a lesson he learned the hard way: chew and swallow.
Chew and swallow.
The next time you're tempted to indulge in bubble tea, remember,
construed in
as
so many
always,
ways.
moderation is
Holy
key.
crap,
Being
that could
more
be
mindful
construed
about what
so
you consume
many-
and how
so
it affects
many
your body
ways.
would help understand what works for you.
Chew,
Otherwise,
then
you might find
swallow.
a bitter dose of reality.
Make sure to
would not
swallow.
really suck.
Everybody swallow. Everybody just swallow everything.